Welcome to Transforming the Toddler Years, a Core 4 parenting podcast blending soul and science-based strategies to empower pandemic moms like you, raising kindergarten-ready kids. I'm Cara Tyrrell, your host, a lifetime lover of littles, girl mom, early childhood educator, and conscious parenting coach who truly believes that how we connect and collaborate with our kids in the first 5 years is how we raise world-ready kids who will change this world. But before we dive in, I would love if you could do me a favor. Could you scroll on down, rate the show after you listen, and leave a review, ask a question, suggest a topic. This will help me know how to better serve you, who to bring in. It will also help friends find us, other moms who need to be hearing what we're talking about together. Today we're talking about the title of this show, why you're here, why you're listening. You're a pandemic mom, and that has many meanings. So let's break it down. You can be a pandemic mom if you had an infant or a toddler or a preschooler when the world shut down in 2020. You were still responsible for supporting your little person's development as they grew through the phases and stages of their first few years of life. The world changed overnight, and so did how you were expected to parent, and so did the opportunities that you could provide for your kids, and so did the environment or lack thereof, multiple environments that your child now had the ability to go to. Instead of daycare, preschool, mommy and me groups, just going out for coffee, hearing lots of other voices, seeing lots of other kids, hearing how other kids talked, watching other kids move at the playground. They had one environment. It was a huge shift. So you may have a child who knows pre-pandemic living and post-pandemic living. That's one way to be a pandemic mom. The other is that you had a baby, got pregnant, had a baby during the pandemic. In that case, you have a true COVID child who was born into a world of limitations. All the same experiences I just described, except your baby doesn't have the before and after perspective that the kids who were already here in March of 2020 do. Your baby knows one environment, one set of voices, one home. They also know big love because, let's be real, pandemic babies were a bright, shining, beautiful spot in a dark, dreary, terrifying time. That's just the truth. And so they were showered, and rightfully so, with all the love that we wanted to be out in the world sharing with other people. They also, being emotional little creatures who come into the world only knowing how to make sense of it through their senses, their 5 senses, they also felt and absorbed a lot of worry, a lot of stress, a lot of overwhelm. How they move forward in this post-pandemic parenting stage that we're in now directly depends on you understanding that. It directly depends on you understanding that they will likely not meet their milestones according to the chart that your pediatrician is sending home. They will likely need a lot more of you and a lot more experiences outside of the home, the practicing, the repetition, to regain those skills, maybe learn them for the first time. And it's okay. As moms, you cannot hold yourself responsible or accountable for the fact that the journey that your COVID baby is going to have is going to look and sound different than the ones you had before, or your neighbor's child, or the preschool kids. Mom guilt can't live here. We need to arm ourselves with understanding why this is happening, and then learn how to support your tiny people to develop the skills they need to be successful beyond the walls of your home. That's why I'm here. That's why I started this podcast. It's what I'm passionate about, and it's what I'm capable of doing for you. The why matters, so I'm spending some time on it today. Okay. Can you tell I get a little fired up when I talk about all this? If you are too, if you're feeling connected, if you're feeling inspired, please jot it for me. Put it in the comments. Make sure that you're subscribing, that you're reviewing, that you're sharing your story. I'd love to hear from you because each one of you is unique. Your COVID experience and your parenting journey is unique, just like your child is a unique human. And so that sometimes means that you need a little bit more, something more personalized, answered more directly. I promise I'm listening. If you ask the questions, I will answer them. Are you dealing with meltdowns? Of course you are. You're a toddler mom. What if there was a tool that could help you manage your own emotions and triggers better so you can help your child return to center faster inside the meltdown moment? I am so excited to share my free guide with you. I've even recorded audio files, 5 mindful mantras for conscious moms managing toddler meltdowns. Grab it today with the link in the show notes, then download the audios and manage meltdowns consciously. Do you enjoy the mind, body, spirit connection of this podcast as we collaborate with our kids and grow really good people? Then I think you will love my good friend Jessica Gershman's podcast too, the Mommy Zen-ish podcast, and I will let her introduce herself. Then go ahead, have a listen, and really soak up all the goodness she has to share.
A place where moms can slow down, be authentic, and take me time without the guilt. I'm your host, Jessica Gershman, and welcome to the Zen-ish Mommy podcast. As a mom of 4, Zen is often the last place I ended up until I made a change. Join me here as we have conversations with experts in the field of health, sex, parenting, marriage, friendship, healing, and everything in between. Don't miss out on our weekly mindfulness tips so that you can learn to bring a little Zen in your life.